Welcome to Witchcast!
Cause it's Witchcast!
I'm Emily.
I'm Kate.
And we are your co-hosts of this, the Witchcast podcast.
That's right, we're your learning, growing, ever-evolving novice witches here to explore everything under the woo-woo, esoteric, spiritual umbrella.
Ooh, you're giving me some wonderful arm movements with this today. Very
I'm doing
mystical
some hand choreo with my intro.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. You know, it's funny, we probably could have, recorded a canned version of that by now.
And just play it every time.
We just do it every time. Every single time you hear that, we say it fresh.
And unfiltered, fresh.
Yeah.
Straight out the box. Stop, look, and watch. Yeah, no, I think it's better to do it fresh every time.
Yeah, I agree. There's something, I feel like it's like fresh pasta versus box pasta. Like, you're not always 100% sure which one you've got if it's just like spaghetti in a restaurant. But right. There's something there.
There's something there. And it's not always good.
It's subtle, but it's there. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little too eggy. Sometimes it's a little,
yeah. But it's always unique and interesting.
Yeah. It's of the moment.
Yeah.
It has a...
It's a little al dente.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps all of us on our toes, I think.
Yeah. Keeping us guessing, too.
Yeah. Because also, I feel like I'd get sick of hearing the same canned recorded version every time.
Yeah, fuck that.
Because sometimes I feel like saying universe, and sometimes I feel like saying umbrella.
I love waiting to see what you're going to say.
I've been sticking with umbrella lately.
Mm-hmm. I like umbrella. It's a
beautiful,
but
I might switch back to universe. Who knows? Keep listening and find
There's
out.
only one way to find out.
So I might just completely fuck it up next week. You never know.
Yeah, give us something fresh and spicy. Maybe I'll say that I'm Kate and you're Emily.
Oh my gosh. That would be fun. That would be really fun.
Or some little sneaky something like that. That's Kate. That's Emily. Anything could happen. And
this is the Cast Witch.
Yeah. It's the Cast Witch Cast Pod.
If we did like a April Fool's episode.
Oh, fun. All right, log that away in the old memory bank. In the spreadsheet.
We're going to forget immediately.
In the spreadsheet we never update.
The spreadsheet that doesn't exist anymore. I was looking actually at our old notes and I was like, these are not relevant anymore.
Alas.
I was like, how much? No, one of them maybe. There's like 3 or 4 notes we have, like docs.
Well, it's because we're always, realizing our dreams. We say we're going to do it and then we manifest.
And then we do it. Yeah,
we see if Rowan's available for another episode.
Yeah, we're of the moment, y'all. What is that phrase that's of the moment? Is it zeitgeist? There's something else.
Of the moment?
Not carpe diem. That's seize the moment.
Yeah, carpe diem is seize the day. Zeitgeist is like the cultural milieu.
Cultural milieu. Milieu, yeah.
It's in the time ghost is what zeitgeist means.
Time ghost? The time knife? Yes.
What are you thinking of? A la minute?
Maybe.
Very a la mode with a little ice cream on the side.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of pie, I feel like we were saying earlier before we started recording that my entire brain is just mashed potatoes right now.
Yeah. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Kate, 3 words. How was your Thanksgiving? Well, I don't know why I said 3 words.
Of food.
Yes.
Like so much food. Okay, here's the thing. Let's say this right now. Thanksgiving is a false holiday and we should give the land back to the indigenous peoples. Right. And white man took it from them and murdered them all and with genocide and disease. But Thanksgiving food...
Yeah, but doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Hold on, let me lift this up real quick. But the food that we serve in this white colonist, imperialist, patriarchal religion is so fucking good to me. It's because it's what I grew up on, though. I mean, I was raised by a white family, but if death row meal, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be Thanksgiving dinner.
You're thinking turkey dinner?
Turkey dinner
when
with
they finally catch you.
Yeah, with a side of lobster and crab. Okay, but yeah. I love I love turkey.
Oh yeah, because you love seafood also. Well, but seafood is very good.
Yeah. So I have to have that. But if I really had to pick my last meal on Earth, I'm going to go with the turkey mashed potatoes stuffing, sweet potatoes, cranberry sauce.
I get that.
I'm a dark meat girl, meat only.
And when you're dying, you're allowed to choose whether give me all dark meat. Forget
all dark meat. I want the leg. I want the big ass
apology white meat little bite of the dry.
And like season and brine that turkey well. You know what I mean? Like get that herbed butter in between the skin and the meat. Like really baste that turkey. 72, 48-hour brine. Like really do the turkey right. No dry ass turkey, Aunt Becky. Yeah. Okay, but like good dark meat turkey.
Who do you think cooks death row meals? Is there a chef for that?
No, actually, you know what? I read articles on death row meals, and you're lucky if you can even get part of what you request, because it's like, you're in prison. I'm sorry. It's so sad.
So sad.
But like, if you basically, there's they have lists and pictures of like, what were all these famous inmates, last meal, and what did they request and what did they end up actually getting? And sometimes it's just like KFC or like a slice of pie or, and like if they're able to get it, they will get it, but it's usually something small and it's usually kind of lame like kind of gross or off brand.
Yeah. Like they asked for a turkey dinner, but they got the Swanson's Hungry Man. Yeah.
Or like Boston Market. You know what I mean? Like you're going to get whatever the guards or like the warden decided he could actually get access to and decide to give you that.
Damn. I don't know why for a second I was imagining that they had a gourmet kitchen staff just for cooking up last meals. That'd be way cooler, but also way less likely.
Yeah, I mean you're on death row. They're not going to really treat you with any kind of respect.
Right. I mean the prison system is just designed to move money to
modern slavery. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Upper crust and take life and money away. So why would they ever possibly bother to spend money on people about to die?
Right. But if you're playing the game and it's a fantasy and you're what's just in general your last meal on Earth, I would say it's Thanksgiving dinner for me with a side of lobster and king Alaskan crab.
Nice. I mean, amazing. Sounds fabulous.
So anyway, I ate a lot of that. And I had so with this northern girl, me, had sweet potato pie for the first time ever last week, the week before Thanksgiving. It is so much better than pumpkin pie.
Interesting.
And I feel like I'm going to upset a lot of people about this, but
wow.
I love pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is my favorite fall pie. It was. Sweet potato pie. My friend, I was over at my friend Laura's. She made it for her boyfriend's dinner, his birthday rather. Mm-hmm. I took one bite of that shit. It knocked me on my face. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It tastes like you want pumpkin pie to taste.
Interesting.
It has a depth of flavor and sweetness that you just can't get from pumpkin pie. And I think it's because most people make pumpkin pie from canned pumpkin. Because who's going to really scoop out a whole pumpkin?
Right. And mostly it's not even actually pumpkin. It's gourd, but miscellaneous gourd. But it's not an actual the green or the orange pumpkin that you have in front of your house. And
it's kind of blandish. And you can season it with the nutmeg and the cinnamon and maybe a little clove if you're feeling fancy. But sweet potato pie has a sweetness. And the depth...
sweet potatoes are already kind of delicious. You don't really see pumpkin fries on any menus,
Exactly. Yeah. So there's just a depth of flavor to sweet potato pie. And honestly, Laura made hers with 2 canned yams, 2 cans of canned yams, and a real sweet potato. So it wasn't even it was all fresh. And then I made sweet potato pie for my Friendsgiving this year because I wanted to spread the gospel to my other northern friends of sweet potato pie. And people loved it. Mm-hmm. And I made only real sweet potatoes. I didn't use any candy yams, and it still was amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, if you are not into sweet potato pie, if you've never tried it, just try it. It's really easy.
I've never tried it.
So good.
I guess I'm going to have to.
If you like pumpkin pie, try sweet potato pie. I guarantee you it's better.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And my dad, wow.
Yeah. All the Southerners and Black people are like, no shit. This is, and everyone else who's not in America is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, just a bunch of question marks. Yeah, what has been happening? What?
All of our international
pie?
listeners.
Is it savory? Is it a potato pancake? No, we're talking a literal sweet pie here.
Yeah, but it's good. Everyone should make it. It's just very good.
I'll try it. I'll make it. I've got a pie crust in the freezer
you.
waiting. Oh, hello.
I have extra pie crust in my freezer. I'll make it for you right now.
Sick. I'm on my way.
Ship it over to New York right now.
Aw. No.
How was your... Okay,
no.
3 words, Emily. How was your Thanksgiving?
Okay, 3 words. California Auto Show. That's what we did on Friday. We were in Los Angeles and we went to the auto show.
I saw your pictures on Instagram and I was so confused.
If you asked me if I want to go to a convention center and look at new cars, the answer would be no. I've driven less than 20 times in my entire life. I do not know what a drivetrain is, but...
a drivetrain?
That's a part of a car, isn't it?
Oh. I know nothing about cars.
Me neither. The closest I know is I did a little bit of work for a company that did like extended auto warranties at one point. And I had to like just proofread and like punch up a little.
Nice.
Oh, and also like auto like refinancing. Anyway, that's the closest I've ever come. But that was all theoretical. And this is practical. It was neat though. It was neat. Thanksgiving itself, I was in charge of reheating all of the things that they got from the grocery store before we got there. They got like a pre-cooked turkey.
Oh.
That was interesting. It was good. Everything was good. Everything tasted good. I vastly overcooked the turkey, but in fairness to me, their instructions said to cook it an hour longer than I did.
Oh, wow. That's just irresponsible of the instructions.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if this is a whole cooked or par cooked turkey. I feel like I'm sorry, I'm going on and on about this, but like
no, I love it. I've never even heard of getting like a pre-cooked turkey like that.
Yeah, well, it's because not none of us. So it's like Dan's family. Some of them are out in California, but like we were having it at his aunt's house, and his aunt like not only doesn't cook but can't eat right now. Because she's had like a lot of health problems. So like she wasn't going to be able to do it. And then his brother and sister-in-law maybe could have, but they would have had to bring it an hour and a half up from Irvine, and they have a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. So that would be a big ask. Yeah. So I was like, I could probably cook it. We're getting in Wednesday night. I could probably like go, if you can get the ingredients, I can cook Thanksgiving dinner. But they were like, no, we'll just order it pre-cooked. So we just had like the, like whatever, it's not Hannaford's, but Ralph's or something, like pre-made Thanksgiving dinner, whole thing, whole shebang. It was pretty good. It was, I mean, probably pricier than doing it yourself, but it was like, I wasn't paying for it, so whatever.
Right. I think that's a nice option though, because you're right. There's so many people out there who have different circumstances, who have different, like, access to different types of kitchens, or don't have a kitchen, or who can't cook, or who have different disabilities, or like, and also it was very nice of you to offer, Emily, but you flying in and then cooking Thanksgiving dinner for everyone would have been hella stressful. And we all know you're an amazing home cook now and Epicurious, but like that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it would have been a lot, which I'm glad that it ended up being what it was. But yeah, but I mean, like, if they had had no other option, I could have done it. Like, it's feasible. Of course. Dan and I could have done it together, and it would have been great. It would have been fine. It would have been like a Thanksgiving dinner.
But you would have been stressed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely would have been like shitting a brick by the time we actually ate dinner.
It's like a lot of work to make Thanksgiving for a bunch of people.
Or I'd have like a bottle of wine in me already and be really spicy. Those are the two options.
Ooh, I love spicy, Emily.
Here's what I really think.
Well, also this way, if the dinner sucked, no one was to blame, right? Like it was all bought pre-cooked, so like it's the store's fault.
Yeah.
That's the best.
We're free.
Nice.
But yeah, it was fun. It was good.
So, speaking of nothing, actually, well, I guess holidays.
Oh yes, speaking of holidays.
Okay, I was like, how do I transition into this?
Yeah. Speaking of nothing, wait, no.
What are we talking about today, Emily?
We're talking about the Wheel of the Year. What is the Wheel of the Year? Well, you might remember, Witchcasters. The Wheel of the Year is the Wiccan wheel of like holidays, basically. So you've got your 8 Sabbats, which are like the equinoxes, the solstices, and the midpoints. So we thought, now that we're experts experts.
Yeah, we're
We
such
should
experts.
revisit the Wheel of the Year. I think the last time we talked about the Wheel of the Year as a whole was like our first or second season.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't think we really like sat down and talked about it. Like we mentioned it. We like
Right.
gave an overview, but I don't think we really dove in.
Yeah.
And then we've done little episodes here and there covering most, if not all, of the 8 major Sabbaths.
Yeah, I don't think we've done in-depth episodes on all of them. I know we've definitely done one on Yule, we've done one on Samhain, but this we thought would be nice to have one episode that's just kind of like a refresher course in a nutshell, like the main core
definitive
facts.
Wheel of the Year episode.
Like if you had to take a quiz tomorrow on what the Wheel of the Year holidays were and what their main like soup to nuts, facts were about them, this could be a nice way to cram for it. You could just listen to this episode and you would know basically like top line, what each one was, what they were for, and how to quickly celebrate it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
In summary,
And,
this is going to be a Wheel of the Year summary. Yeah.
Yeah. In summary, a Wheel of the Year summary. Absolutely.
Words good
and,
us too.
I mean, broadly, you probably know this, but the Wheel of the Year is really part of the Wicca tradition. It's something that we
And
have
pagan.
not... And pagan. But it's the Wheel of the... Yeah, it's neo-pagan broadly. It borrows from a lot of different, like, pagan traditions. Yeah. But, yeah, so it's part of, like, the sort of, like, New Agey, like, Wiccan movement.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Like, the things that go into it, some of them are very old.
Right.
But
Very,
not,
very old.
Yeah, like they're legitimate traditions. They exist. They are.
They're real,
but the
they're
Wheel
here.
of the Year as a concept really came about with like the New Age, like modern Wicca, modern witch movement of like the 20th century.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say so. I guess especially like in terms of its popularity and how it's celebrated today.
Yeah, or like the Wiccan texts are the ones that brought it together as like this is going to be our Wheel of the Year. Because,
Yes. Yeah, it's a set piece.
Right, like these are the 8 things that
Yeah.
we're going to celebrate. These are going to be the Sabbaths. We're going to call them Sabbaths.
Yeah, because all of them. Yeah, because a lot of them have some have Germanic origins, some have like Welsh origins, some have Roman origins. So like, or they pull a little bit from all of these different areas across basically the European diaspora. So, like Emily was saying.
Broadly, a lot of different European cultures kind of like mashed together,
Right.
Which is also part of why some people don't love it, which we'll talk about later. But like, it's a very white Eurocentric.
It's hella white.
Sort of like amalgamation of things, and 2, even within those cultures, it kind of flattens them out into like one uniculture, which they're not.
Yes.
Like, and in fact, they didn't always get along all that well.
Right.
Like.
But if you want to know about them, we about to tell you about them.
Yeah, so buckle the fuck up.
I was thinking, now, do you want to start at the top of the year, or do you want to start with what's coming up next and go in order?
Oh, Kate, that's an excellent question.
How do we want to spin the wheel?
Yeah, because we split it up as like Kate's doing the solstices and equinoxes and I have the midpoints. Do you want to do... I kind of like the idea of doing it in order from today to...
Good, because that's how I prepared it.
Great. I didn't. So did I? No, yeah, I definitely didn't. But I'll just like look at the wheel and know what's next. I have it by date. So that's easy enough.
Okay, well, so I'm going to go next, I guess, because Yule's next.
Yes. Yeah, you lead the way.
So I'll go first with Yule. and then-
You'll lead the way.
Yule, you'll lead with Yule. Yeah, so I'll go first so let's start off with Yule, because Yule's coming up very soon, and that's exciting. And then that'll give you time to get ready for Imbolc.
Oh, I'm ready, baby. I'm ready.
I had to paste an image of the wheel like in my doc so I could remember when they happen. Because
That's very
and this
smart.
actually was really helpful for us. I think we also wanted to do this episode because as a refresher course for ourselves as well, because it seems like there's so many more than 8. There's actually I was doing this, I was like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
it feels like it goes on forever. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Lughnasa? Ostara? Mabon? Like, how? But, like, when you break it down and really think about, and, like, as we did, and do some research, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is actually, okay, it makes sense. So hopefully this will be helpful for you all as well. So let's talk about
Yes.
Yule. Yule's coming up. So Yule, and I picked the dates that are happening like this year through 2024 for mine, so you'll know what's happening coming up into this year. So this year, Yule is being celebrated from Thursday, December 21st through Monday, January 1st, 2024. Yule is the winter festival historically observed by the Germanic peoples. Although I was reading, consistent with historical sources, scholar Andreas Nordberg proposes that Yule in the Germanic history was probably celebrated at the full moon in the lunar solar month following the winter solstice, which actually could probably be seen as more in like early January to the 2nd of February. But I thought that was interesting. But so it's actually, we celebrate Yule now around Christmas time because Christianity.
Right. Well, and it's the winter equinox, right?
And it's right. Most importantly, it falls on the winter solstice.
Solstice, that's the one.
And but it's also loosely adapted from the Roman celebration of Saturnalia. We talked about Yule in another episode in a past season, so if you want more in-depth history on Yule, go listen to that episode. But in pagan myth, Yule marks this journey of the Sun King to bring light into the world. In the days follow, which I remember being blown away by this, like, oh, duh. Like, the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year, but that means also moving forward, the days will be getting longer, so don't feel so sad.
Yeah, right. It feels like it's in the, because it's the depths of winter.
The depths of winter, but that
it's
means,
a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing because every day after that, the
bottom.
days gets a little bit longer. So, the days following gradually grow longer and lighter as the Sun King journeys across the sky. So, of course, candlelight and fire are an important theme in Yule celebrations. Candlelight and fire are actually pretty important in a lot of these holidays.
Yeah.
It also symbolizes celebrates the shortest day of the year in midwinter, the return of the sun. It's also a festival of rebirth and renewal. In neo-pagan and Wiccan traditions, they also like to say it's the time of the year when the Holly King, who represents the dark half of the year, gives way to the Sun God, or the Oak King. We talked about this in our Yule episode. And the battling gods, who represent the ever-changing seasons and the cycle of the earth, fight it out. During the 12 days of Yule, crops are harvested to make a meal, trees are decorated with pine cones, foliage, and candles, gifts are exchanged with loved ones, the Yule log is decorated with candles and berries, which are placed on an altar.
Very Christmas.
Very Christmas. These all should sound familiar. This is where Christianity got their ideas from. Yule came first.
Right, yeah, because Jesus, let's say Jesus is a real guy. He was actually born, but wasn't he born in like April or something?
I thought it was like July or something because they were like Jesus is a Cancer or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. It
could be. Don't quote us on that, guys. We didn't research that part.
The point is, yeah.
But yeah, like Christianity, as we talked about this in past episodes, but yeah, Christianity clearly came when Christianity rose to power. They saw these pagan holidays and were like, oh, we're going to adopt these customs into our own practice so that we can convert more people.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about some facts. Colors associated with Yule. Green, gold, silver, red. Surprising. Foods. Cookies, caraway, dried fruits and nuts. Pork dishes, eggnog, ginger tea, spice cider, and wassail. Stones, ruby, or like crystals. Ruby, garnet, bloodstone, emerald, diamond. Herbs, bayberry, evergreen, frankincense, holly, laurel, pine, and sage. Other herbs or flowers, candula. I can never pronounce that one. Do you know how to pronounce?
Yeah. I think I say candula, but I don't know if that's actually right.
I use that herb all the time and I love it. But anyway, if you know, tell us. DM us at Witchcast Podcast on Instagram. Candula, sunflowers, wild ginseng, wormwood. Deities, Ishtar, horned god, Orsis, Loki, Persephone, Coronos, and Dionysus. And ways to celebrate. You can go caroling, wassailing, burn a Yule log, have a bonfire, walk in the woods at night, kiss under the mistletoe, exchange gifts with loved ones, or celebrate Kris Kringle, who is a Germanic pagan god, actually. So, yeah, a lot of, obviously, Christmas-y ways to celebrate, but Yule is, I think, honored because it's a lot less stressful and a lot less focus on the commercialism and consumerism aspects of Christmas and more about the renewal and rebirth and like rest and kind of just enjoying your loved ones, all the good stuff about Christmas.
Yeah, and it's, as much as Christmas is also metaphorically about a birth, as much as it is literally about a birth, it's Yule is not about Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. So anyone can really celebrate that.
Yeah.
So that is Yule in a nutshell.
You know, I had friends that used to do a solstice party every winter, and it was always rad. They would get like everybody would bring a cheap bottle of red wine, and we'd pour it into one big pot and yell, "Maul it, maul it, maul it."
That's amazing. And then would you like mull it?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
put, like,
and then everybody
spices
would like drop in different spices and shit. And
That sounds amazing.
yeah. And then, later you'd get to drink it and be like, yeah, solstice.
That sounds like an amazing tradition. Everyone should do that if you drink wine. That's amazing.
Yeah, totally. Highly recommend. Okay, so then the next holiday, so to speak, the next celebration, is Imbolc, or Imbolc, if you will. So some notes about the midpoints real fast. My notes are going to be a little bit different from Kate's because I didn't write down what stones and stuff.
Oh,
sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't do that for all of mine either, only if I found it relevant in the research, but go on.
Cool. So the midpoints broadly are all Gaelic seasonal festivals that were historically observed throughout Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man. So they're all part of one culture. They're all Gaelic, Celtic
See, I didn't
holidays.
realize that.
Yeah. So and they're in many of them are still like celebrated. Like Lughnasa is a national holiday in Ireland. Like it's these are like actual holidays for actual people. Which is not to say that Yule isn't, but just like witchy. I think it's important to think about there's like a historical cultural like aspect.
That's important. Yeah.
So these were the 4 Gaelic seasonal festivals as far as we know back. So originally Irish folklore Irish mythology was an oral tradition, but it started being written down around the 8th century. And then like medieval monks wrote a lot of it down. But we know that as of like early Irish writing or literature, these were the 4 seasonal celebrations that were celebrated there. I think Irish, this could be wrong, but I have studied more of the Irish stuff, so I think that Irish has more stuff written down, but there may be a lot more things from Scotland, Wales, and the Isle of Man that I just don't know. So grain of salt on that. But broadly, I know with Irish folklore and Irish mythology, these play a large part in it. So like a lot of the major events for like Celtic deities happen, or like even just stories of like the history of Ireland and Scotland happen around these festivals, because there were times where people would gather, there was peace, it was like everybody would get together, even if everybody was arguing, this was the time to put down arms and like have a feast, or there's like we'll get there, but one of them is sort of like Olympic Gamesy. I just wanted to give that quick like overview before we get too far into it, just so you know what you're listening to.
Yeah, I had no idea, actually. That's really interesting.
Yeah. So Imbolc, is celebrated on February 1st. I think with all of these, there's sort of a time period. They're not really just one day, but like functionally in modern Ireland and Scotland, to the degree that these are celebrated, they're celebrated on a specific day, and it's the first of the month that they're related to for the most part. So February 1st, Imbolc. It's also called St. Bridget's Day, and we've talked about this, we did an episode about this, we talked about the Bridget's crosses that people make. Imbolc is the least known of these 4 midpoint holidays because many of the original Celtic traditions died out around it. There aren't really as many big Imbolc parties now as there are the other ones. But it is loosely associated with like pregnant ewes. It was lambing season. A lot of historians think, although it seemed a little wishy-washy from like Wikipedia and that kind of thing, so you might need to read a book to really know, but broadly that Celtic people or the Gaelic people were pastoral, so like a lot of these things came from like when you would move the sheep around and that kind of thing, as opposed to like agricultural, where it's more about the harvest and growing stuff.
Gotcha.
So February 1, Imbolc was about pregnant ewes and the lambing season. So this is, a lot of people now associate Beltane and as like a May Day kind of holiday that's more fertility based, but really in the original Celtic traditions, Imbolc would have been more fertility based because it that's sort of more closely tied to what was going on. I think we've discussed this before, but it's definitely for that reason like one of the horny holidays.
Yes. One
of our horniest of holidays, if you will.
Now it's ringing a bell. Mm-hmm.
It's also traditionally tied to a lot of like weather traditions and predictions, so it's sort of like Groundhog Day in that way, and is not that far off timing wise from when Groundhog Day happens. But it was okay. I'm going to quote now. But Imbolc was believed to be when the Cailleach, the divine hag of Gaelic tradition, gathers her firewood for the rest of the winter. Legend has it that if she wishes to make the winter last a good long while longer, she'll make sure that the weather on Imbolc is bright and sunny so that she can gather plenty of firewood. Therefore, people would be relieved if Imbolc was a day of foul weather because it meant that the Cailleach is asleep and winter's almost over.
Oh, yeah. Very groundhoggy. Yeah.
Not obviously, historians suggest that the Saint Bridget, who is considered the patron saint of Ireland, and who it's also Saint Bridget's Day, that the saint and her feast day are Christianizations of a previously existing holiday. This seems pretty clear, but that's loosely what's believed, what's known. And then, so like I said, the customs of St. Bridget's Day and Imbolc didn't really get recorded as much as some of the other ones. But what we know is that in recent centuries, its traditions have included weaving Bridget's crosses, which are hung over doors and windows to protect against like fire and spirits and whatever else. And people would make little dolls of Bridget. And people said that she would visit your home on St. Bridget's Eve, and that you'd want to like put out a bed and food and drink for her so that she would bless your house. More recently, Irish embassies have started hosting, I mean, I don't know how recently, but the internet says more recently, but Irish embassies now in the Irish diaspora tend to hold like women's events on St. Bridget's Day, showcasing, for example, like the work of Irish women in the arts and that kind of thing. And that's a lot of actually how it's celebrated in Wicca too, which is it's, quote, commonly associated with the goddess Bridget. As such, it is sometimes seen as a women's holiday with specific rites only for female members of a coven, and among Dianic Wiccans, Imbolc is a traditional time for initiations. It also, since 2023, has been an annual public holiday in the Republic of Ireland, so it was just made a public holiday this year.
Cool. Very nice.
And that's my overview of Imbolc.
Nice. No, that's really neat. Very, very, interesting and succinct. I love it.
Thank you. In terms of how, we the people could celebrate it, I think that the focus is on like fertility stuff, women's, like celebrating women and, horny holiday stuff. And then also like, maybe predicting around the weather and making little dolls or crosses, especially if you want to like lean into the goddess Bridget stuff.
Yeah. That's great.
Okay.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to keep turning the wheel.
Turn that wheel,
baby, to Ostara. Ostara? I didn't look up how to pronounce it.
Let's go with Ostara.
Okay, Ostara. I looked up everything else except that. Okay, this upcoming year in 2024, it's being celebrated on Tuesday, March 19th. And I am so sorry. This is also, we're focused on the Northern Hemisphere dates for these, everyone.
Oh yeah, so some like if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, these may be reversed for you.
It's the opposite, yeah.
Yeah, because your celebration should line up with your seasons for this,
right? Exactly.
We're not Christians. We're not going to tell you it has to be.
Yeah. No, these are all about the seasons. So it's the opposite for you, and we're so sorry to leave you out. We love you. We do think of you. I promise.
Yeah. Just imagine that everything is opposite day today.
I'm
or
Emily.
Just that the dates are different. I'm Kate, okay. And we are not your co-hosts of this, the Cast Witch Cast Pod. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Okay. Ostara is, how did we say we were going to pronounce it?
Ostara.
Ostara.
Like
Okay.
Ostara.
So this is the pagan solar holiday that is equal to the spring equinox. What? Okay.
Equinox.
Equinox. It's the pagan solar holiday honoring the spring's warmth, light from the sun, and the awakening of the earth. Pagan celebrations during this holiday have themes of balance, renewal, and rebirth. Symbols can include spring flowers, fairies, butterflies, rabbits, and eggs. Very Easter. Even sounds like the word Easter. The colors of Ostara are pastels, yellow, orange, lavender, and green. There's much debate, apparently, in the pagan community regarding the origins of Ostara. I think we also talked about this on an episode.
Yeah, I think we did an episode about Ostara.
Because I remember talking about the goddess Eostre, or Ostre, Eostre. Eostre. One theory is that the name of Ostara came from the Anglo-Saxon goddess of this name. Another theory is that Eostre is more of a localized goddess in Kent County, England. Despite the questions of her origins.
I want a localized goddess.
Yeah, right? She's a local. Eostre is associated with modern-day pagan traditions of Ostara. The spring equinox, though, reminds us to strive for balance in our lives. That also comes up a lot in these holidays. The world around us can be stressful to our body, mind, and spirit. Some ways you can regain that balance are by going outside to enjoy the warmer spring weather, starting a new project, doing some spring cleaning, or trying out a new hobby. You can do some rebalancing exercises, and, while doing some work, like whether, studying for a test or doing homework or, doing some catch-up work around the house. It's, you guys know what this is. It's the spring equinox.
You know it. You love it.
You love
it's
it.
The spring equinox.
It's the spring equinox. You're dusting off the cold of the winter and you're welcoming in the spring. But yeah, that's in a nutshell. In an eggshell, Ostara.
In an eggshell, Ostara. Yay! And then spinning that wheel onward to May. The next one is Beltane. Some people call it Beltane. Beltane is the Gaelic pronunciation, and I'm going to go with that. It also means, other than Imbolc, the other three midpoints are also, the name of the month in Gaelic, or in Irish. So, Beltane is just, if you were writing down the calendar in Gaelic, it means May.
Oh.
But it also is the name of the festival. And again, dates back.
It's so much more fun to say Beltane too than Beltane.
Yeah. It's I took Irish Gaelic in college because there's something wrong with my mind.
No, because you're so cool.
And so that was how my Irish teachers would say it. So that's what we're going with.
Nice.
Anyway, so Beltane is typically celebrated on May 1st. Some people consider it like a Celtic May Day, especially the Wiccan Beltane sort of application of it is more like the Germanic English May Day festival, which has a heavy focus on fertility and maypole dancing and rituals. But that's not necessarily the same as Beltane, the Gaelic holiday. So we're going to talk about that a little bit because I think that's fun. Beltane is a big bonfire day. It's protective bonfires. It would have been when the cows were being walked out to pasture, and people would do two bonfires and walk their cows between them to ward off disease. It's also everyone would have to put their fires out around Beltane, and you wouldn't relight it until you saw smoke coming from your neighbor's house.
Oh.
So you know that you were turning, and actually even more traditionally they would do everyone was supposed to relight with fire from the big bonfire.
Yes.
Take it home and
I feel we also talked about this one too.
This is also common in Samhain mirrors that a little bit. I think Beltane is more bonfire-y now, in terms of how people still, if you look up Beltane celebrations in Scotland and Ireland today, you'll see a lot of people either dressed as flames or in weird parties and stuff.
Cute.
Or actual bonfires. So other things for Beltane. Decorating with yellow and white mayflowers, and then feasting. It's the beginning of summer, we're happy, everything's good, we're taking the cows out to pasture, we are celebrating that summer is here. It's a springtime festival of optimism. Some of the things that were done would be going to holy wells, because Beltane dew was said to keep you young and beautiful and prevent sunburns. And so great time for a glamour spell, maybe.
Love that.
And then people also would walk between two fires to protect and cleanse. And then there were a lot of things that were, I didn't get too far into the traditions around this, but it would also be a time where people would do things to protect themselves from the fair folk. Putting, I saw there was something about putting coal under a pot or something. I didn't get too far into it because I didn't want to go too far. But
we have to do a whole episode on the fair folk and fae stuff. That's bring in an expert. That's a whole
that's a whole other kettle of kettle of fish. But yeah, I mean, that's sort of the upshot of the Celtic May Day. So the reason that it's sort of worth talking about, like, the difference between the Germanic English version and, like, the Beltane Celtic version is that the maypole dancing and some of the other stuff that's sort of associated with Beltane in the Wiccan tradition and with, like, the more British sort of May Day tradition wasn't kosher in, like, the Celtic version because they were very about, like, honoring trees, but not like hurting them, especially around Beltane. It was like bad luck to like take a branch off and stuff like that.
Oh, damn.
So they would like decorate them with flowers, but they wouldn't necessarily like take branches off to do stuff. And especially there were like some trees that were lucky and some that were unlucky to like mess around with, basically. So it was maybe, at least, again, I mean, all of this is from like monks in the 16th century, so who fucking knows? But like, you know, but loosely the tradition was more about like honoring the trees and less about like taking them with you.
Yeah. Which I think is honestly always a better practice, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Honor
I
where
agree.
they are. Don't pick.
Yeah,
them.
if you don't have to pick, don't pick. Yeah. And then, like, yellow flowers, also white flowers, but especially yellow ones because they, like, looked like the fire. So it's really a very big fire holiday. If you like a bonfire, might I suggest Beltane?
That's so funny.
And I will say that when I was in Irish studies at NYU, we did, like, a Beltane party every year. Like, it was one of the ones that there was, like, Beltane and always, I want to say Nollaig, which is Christmas, which is just the Gaelic name for Christmas.
That's so fun.
We're definitely, like, always there'd be some sort of party, and then sometimes for the other stuff. But
I love that. Well, coming up next on, is that everything you have for Beltane?
Yeah. I passed the baton to you.
Next on the wheel, I think, is also quite a lot about fire.
Oh,
is Litha.
That's so Litha. That's the name of the episode.
Right.
That's stuck in my head for some reason.
That's so Litha. So upcoming in this upcoming year in 2024, Litha is celebrated on June 20th. So Litha, also known as the summer solstice, is a pagan holiday that's celebrated on or around June 21st or June 20th in the Northern Hemisphere. So for you Southern Hemisphere folks, your June 20th or June 21st would actually be your Yule. It's the longest day and the shortest night of the year, and that it marks the official start of summer. So it stands as one of the 4 lesser Sabbats, marking the pinnacle of the solar calendar. In pagan traditions, it's a time to celebrate the power of the sun and the abundance and growth of the natural world. It's also seen as a time of, again, balance between light and dark, and a turning point in the year when the days begin to grow shorter and the nights longer. This holiday is a time of abundance, growth, and light, and is associated with a variety of correspondences, including colors, crystals, deities, traditions, and ways to observe the holiday, which I'm going to quickly run through.
Do it!
Because this one I had a lot of fun with. I found a fun article on. So, Litha colors. We know yellow, gold, green, blue. Litha herbs. St. John's wort, lavender, mugwort, chamomile, rose, lemon balm, mint, sage, yarrow, and candula. However you pronounce it. Please DM us at Witchcast Podcast on Instagram. Flowers for Litha. Sunflowers, roses, lavender, marigolds, daisies, chamomile, and yarrow again. Crystals, citrine, sunstone, tiger's eye, and amber. And if you like to work with deities, some that you might want to bring into your practice around Litha, Bridget, Gaia, Freya, as well as the gods Lu, Apollo, and Helios. These deities are associated with the sun, fire, and growth. Traditions. So, how can you celebrate Litha? Lighting bonfires or candles to celebrate the light and warmth of the sun, decorating altars and sacred spaces with flowers, herbs, and other symbols of growth and vitality, holding outdoor rituals or gatherings to connect with nature and honor the turning of the seasons, creating and sharing meals made with fresh and seasonal ingredients, and, celebrating creativity in ways like dancing or singing, making art, spending time outside, going for a hike, having a picnic, or just sitting in the sun and enjoying the warmth. Connecting with friends and participating in a group ritual or celebration. You know it. You love it. It's Litha. summer solstice.
It's very like midsummer, you know?
Yeah,
like,
very midsummer.
You could always like fly to Sweden and just like have a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Endless day.
Just, be careful about the cults. But
Yeah.
should be a good time.
Well, did you see that movie?
I actually did
Midsommar?
not. I have
Oh,
not yet.
you should watch it.
I know,
I'm
I
not a
really
big-
need to see it. I also really need to see Witch, too. We talked about
Yeah,
that
me
movie.
too. Oh, I haven't seen The Witch yet, and that I really want to watch.
Do we need to have a movie night?
Oh my god, Kate!
Should we just see all the witchy
Absolutely.
movies we haven't seen yet together?
We'll just do like the longest movie marathon we can possibly can. Give me all of the movies,
And then we
in my
like rate
body.
them and compare notes. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I always feel like Litha is like if shorthand for it is just like, I don't know, it's midsummer, man. Get some like pretty flowers.
Yeah.
And, like, it's get out there. It's the solstice.
You know what you need,
It's
what
sunshine.
you want to do to
It's
celebrate
flowers.
the season.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. That's why I think that's also so easy. I think I have it easier with the solstices and the equinoxes because like it's the time of the year, It's like what do you want to do? What does your body naturally want to do at in these moments of time with the changing of the seasons? If you live in an area rather where you have 4 seasons or at least somewhat
Right.
of 4
If you're
seasons.
in California, you're fucked. I don't know what to
If
tell
you're
you.
in the desert, I'm so sorry, but and then
I mean,
that's
you can
pretty
always
much
do
what
it for yourself, but like maybe get in touch with the desert
Yeah.
patterns and cycles. I don't know.
There's always ways to celebrate. Yeah.
You can make up your own new holidays or
Yes.
find,
We're gonna talk
whoever
about
is
that,
from there
too.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
Anyway, spinning that
okay.
wheel to you,
So Litha on to Lughnasa. Lughnasa means August in Irish, and is an official holiday in Ireland, celebrated on August 1st or the closest Sunday to August 1st. More because of work days than because of like any sort of meaningful thing.
That's so funny.
So Lughnasa marks the beginning of the harvest. So like if you think about it, if you're having a tough time with the midpoints, it's like Imbolc marks the beginning of spring and fertility. Beltane marks the beginning of summer, and like we're doing summer, and like the light is back, and then Lughnasa is the beginning of the harvest, and it's heavily associated with the sun. You actually mentioned the Celtic god Lugh, who's considered like a god of the sun, and it's in Irish mythology. At least one version of the myth is that Lughnasa was founded by the god Lugh as a funeral feast and athletic competition, which were like funeral games to commemorate the death of an earth goddess. Which earth goddess and why, it kind of varies between different tales, but like broadly, it's the first wake. Is like Lughnasa is like the wake of the summer. You're like, but like a celebratory like gathering.
That's so cool.
Where like the myth is that he knew that the people would want to celebrate her and her life and like everything she'd done for them, so he gathered them and but yeah, so that's buy into it or not, but that's where wakes maybe came from.
That's really really cool. I love that.
Yeah. And then it's also like it's the end of the summer, and so religiously or not, one of the later traditions, like, and by later I mean like medieval, not like just like not pre-writing stuff, but like later traditions were something like the ancient Olympics or Highland Games. So people would do like sports. There'd be like hurling, and then also it's a time of like matchmaking, storytelling, and then the cutting of the first like fruits or vegetables of the year, and people would eat like that first cutting and like recognize nature's bounty and be thankful for like everything so far and like the harvest to come. It was also a time for climbing and mountain pilgrimages. Not necessarily like the saints and like Catholics sort of thought of pilgrimage, but like you'd climb a mountain as like in like a pilgrimage, but just Celtic. I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's heavily associated with the sun. It's also sometimes called Lammas, but that's the name that's more Christian centric.
Oh. Okay.
Which was like loaf mass, but it was like, so that was more like bread centric. There's like a bread thing.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
This is the one we never touched on, I think.
Yeah, I think we haven't talked about Lughnasa before, but it's a really neat holiday.
Yeah,
and I think
that's
that
fascinating.
Once you kind of get the midpoints in your head, they actually make perfect sense, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And they do sort of like interact with the solstices and equinoxes in that like it's like you were saying, it's like fire and then sun and then more sun, and then it's like we're going into the dark and we're coming back around, and you know.
And there's balance kind of sprinkled throughout, and I love like there's that like death and rebirth. Also, I love the idea of summer dying and holding awake for it. That's beautiful. Like in the first harvest, it's all very copacetic. Yeah, I love that.
Totally. And there's a really great play called Dancing at Lughnasa. If you have
Dancing at Lughnasa. Oh my god, I forgot about that play.
Great play. And that, I mean, that's sort of like the big thing is like it's a time for like recognizing the harvest, and like you think of it as like the death of summer, and you're throwing a party or like a wake you're gathering to like be grateful and to look forward, but also like recognize it's like the sun's big holiday, but you know what's coming.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, see, I learned a lot. We have not talked about Lughnasa. I think I was always
You could
confused,
also climb a hill on Lughnasa.
but also climb a hill. Who doesn't love a nice hike?
Yeah, take a hike.
Ugh, but in August, it sounds so hot. Yeah, I think I was always confused about like Lammas versus Lughnasa, but that makes sense that that's just another term for it, just like a Christian version.
Yeah, it was basically, the overlay of like the Christians came in and they were like, we see that you have Lughnasa, and so we have, let's say Lammas.
Yeah.
It happens to be at the same time, and you do a lot of the same things. We take a pilgrimage up the mountain too, and we bake bread and bring it to the church maybe. And everyone's like, yeah, all right.
Give it to me. Give us the bread. Okay, cool. Lughnasa.
Yay.
Very neat.
Lughnasa.
All right, spinning along to Mabon on September 22nd of this upcoming year of 2024. Mabon, also known as the autumn equinox, typically falls around September 21st through September 23rd in the northern hemisphere. However, the exact date can vary slightly, right? As we know, the equinoxes can. On this day, the duration of daylight and nighttime is nearly equal, just like the spring equinox. Oh, because they're equal equinox. Okay, got it. So for you in the southern hemisphere, this would be your Ostara, and your Ostara would be your Mabon. Get it? I didn't forget you. Okay. I love you, southern hemisphere. Okay, so
we're coming down to visit. So
yeah, we'll come visit.
Keep us in your heart.
So Mabon is possibly named after the Welsh god of harvest. It's marking that astronomical transition from summer to fall, that equal day and night, symbolizing the second harvest. Because Lughnasa is that first harvest, where we reap the rewards of our hard work and appreciate the abundance surrounding us. As we reflect on the cyclical nature of life, Mabon encourages us to find equilibrium and harmony within ourselves and our environment. Let's go to the colors.
Let's go to those colors.
So, I really love these list things because it's just fun. And this is the way my brain likes to categorize things. So, of course, orange, red, yellow, brown, deep purple. It's fall colors. You know them. You love them.
You know them. You love them.
It's fall colors. Mabon crystals or stones. You have citrine again, carnelian, amber, smoky quartz, moss agate, yellow jasper, lapis lazuli. Those are just a few examples of crystals that you can use to celebrate Mabon. Herbs. Sage, rosemary, thyme. No, I'm just kidding. Sage, rosemary, marigold, chamomile, lavender, pine, cinnamon, frankincense. Some flowers, sunflowers, marigolds, chrysanthemums, dahlias, goldenrods, asters, black-eyed Susans, helenums, heleniums. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce everything. It's so many big words. But
Aw,
okay.
You're doing great.
So here are some ways that you can celebrate. Set up a Mabon altar with these symbols that I just mentioned. This can include also autumn leaves and acorns and pine cones, candles in fall colors and representations of the harvest. Make a big harvest feast with seasonal ingredients. Take a nature walk. Always can go out in nature, honestly.
It's never a wrong choice.
Wrong time for nature.
Unless there's like a hurricane warning or something.
Yeah,
they're like, please don't go outside. Then maybe that's not the moment.
Right. Obviously, there's rituals and ceremonies that you can do. You can do divination. You can do some crafts and DIY projects that are autumn themed. and some good old-fashioned bonfires or fire pits. Don't, never discount the use of safe fire. Gratitude journaling. This also suggests feeding wildlife. So setting up a bird feeder.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I know, when I first read that, I was like, maybe don't. Okay, wait, quick side story. We were walking our dogs today because we all had the post-Thanksgiving sluggish-likeness. And I was like, we need to go on a nice long walk today. So we went on a really nice long walk. And as we're coming back, there's like this hill that goes into a park behind my house. And we're walking down the hill, and this beautiful red fox just walked out right in front of us, like 20 feet in front of us. Luckily, the dogs didn't see it. But I did. Like, I clocked that thing right away. And I was just like, oh, my God, there's a fox. Right in front of us, there's a fox. And Matt was like, what? Where? And I was like, 12 o'clock. It's right in front of us. And it looked right at us, saw my dogs, and was like, nope. And, like, turned around and walked away into the woods. Exactly. But it was so cool. I was like, wow. I don't think I've ever seen a wild fox that close to me before.
Yeah.
I also saw a coyote like a couple months ago, like cross in front of our car the other day, and that's another story. Anyway, foxes are cool, but don't feed a fox. Don't feed wild animals from your hand.
Be careful.
But just put out some bird seed in a bird feeder.
Yeah, that we can definitely condone.
Go to an orchard or farm, pick apples, fall stuff. Remember, the key to celebrating Mabon is to tune into the themes of balance, gratitude, and the harvest season. And there's more symbology. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through these. Cornucopia, autumn leaves, apples, grapes, wheat and barley, pomegranates, sunflowers, scales, or balancing symbology, harvest tools, candles in autumn colors, moon and sun symbols, or feathers.
Nice. Sick.
So, like, everything, basically. But, you know
anything.
it. You love it. It's Mabon.
I feel like a lot of times the lists kind of like bleed from one to the next, where it's like because it's also like these are seasons in a lot of ways, or like they're markers of the seasons passing. So it's like summer,
right?
Like,
this is
you
fall.
can probably use anything, or like you can do whatever fall is. Like you could probably make that work for the fall holidays,
right? Like there's going to be a lot of similar themes in Mabon that you're experiencing in Lughnasa, as well as you're going to experience in Samhain, which you're about to talk about. I'm sure. Like it's fall.
Yes.
It's fall, bitch.
Yeah. It's fall, bitch.
Right. And I had explanations written down for why all of these, but that would make this podcast 5 times longer than it is. And this is top line, you guys. This is top line.
We're skimming the top of the wheel,
We're skimming the top. We've already talked in depth about most
We're not
of
even
these.
buying a vowel. What's a wheel metaphor? Is that Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. We're just doing that one bonus round where you guess a whole bunch at once and you see if you get it or not. Oh, whatever. That was terrible. Okay, go on.
We are all on the same page here. All right, so it's Samhain. That was the wheel going faster than slowing down, to be clear.
I got it. I was right there with you. I saw the flappy thing.
All right, so Samhain. Is Samhain the last one? Because then Yule comes after Samhain, right?
Yeah. Which is a big jump to me. There's nothing in November, but okay.
Well, Samhain is November 1st, technically. And it does mean November in Irish. And it used to be like a 3-week-ish kind of thing.
Okay.
In some traditions.
You know what?
I don't know.
Honestly, it should be 3 weeks. This whole, immediate jump from, they have
Yeah,
Christmas
it'd be way
stuff out
better if
before
we
we
were
even celebrate
let's do
Halloween.
a couple weeks of
I am sick
Samhain,
of it. Unacceptable. I do not want to hear... Okay, sorry, this is a rant.
I fully agree. I actually was thinking about writing a Thanksgiving movie just to write Thanksgiving songs, just to have something that
Please
people
do
could play.
Please do this service, because I cannot deal with this whole jump to Christmas on October 15th. It is unacceptable. All of us fall spooky girls need more time.
We need more time. We need to strap on our long brown boots and get to a field somewhere so we can take a picture.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Can't
you Christmas girls
already.
get everything. Let us fall girls have some. Let us at least have until Halloween's over.
Yeah, my feeling is that once Thanksgiving is done, then it can be Christmas season.
Yes.
And yeah, there's a weird little gap from Halloween to Thanksgiving, and you gotta just figure out what to do with yourself. I know it sucks, but you know what? Just November.
Because
you know what
they should do is extend Christmas into January, because it's so depressing in January anyway.
Then it gets so
why don't you extend Christmas? Hey, Christmas girls, and Christmas guys, and Christmas
Keep
they
it
thems.
rolling,
Christmas people. Extend it into January. You guys can have all of January.
We want you to keep going past New
Keep
Year's.
going.
Right,
You
now
can
it's
take
ending
it.
January 1st. You can have till January 15th.
Give us
20th.
November. Give us October and November, and we will take that. And let us just have our fall. And then you guys take December,
really
January. Heck, you can take
fall.
February. I don't even care.
We do need more Thanksgiving or like fall content to like fill that space.
Yeah,
I
please.
feel like.
If you please write a good Thanksgiving movie with music. Oh my God, I will help you find funding. Let's do this, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, that's gonna be our Kickstarter. Not really. Not
Justice
really.
for Thanksgiving.
We don't want your money. All right, so Samhain happens November 1st officially, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people call it like the pagan or Celtic Halloween or like the roots of Halloween because there are some definite marked similarities, and a lot of the traditions that are Halloween now kind of came over with Irish and Scottish immigrants. But also, I think we've talked about, we did a whole Samhain episode.
Yeah.
So there's like, it's complicated. Like everything else, it's a melting pot.
Yeah.
Like nothing is simple. Nothing is just like this became this and nothing else happened.
Nothing is ever simple.
But broadly, it is sort of in that Halloween-y vein. So, on November 1st or around Samhain, the veil is considered the thinnest. And it's like a Day of the Dead. It's a festival or a party celebrating the dead, for the dead. And it's celebrated with bonfires, with parties, with drinking. It's the end of the harvest. We're like, you know, saying thanks for all the food, and like some people think that it used to have, which sounds likely, like sacrifices involved, which would then be the meat for the winter.
Animal sacrifices, not human.
Oh
sacrifices.
yes, sorry, animal sacrifices
like,
that would then
oh,
become
no,
like,
not a
like
cow.
a cow or a
Yeah,
sheep
yeah, yeah.
and stuff that could then be like turned into, you know, dried
Yes.
jerky or whatever that you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
eat,
yeah.
or like salted and stuff that you could eat through the winter. And yes, there's some relationship to our Halloween. Apples were a big part of it. There's something called mummers, which again we talked about in the Samhain episode, but it's like where you get dressed up as something else to like confuse, I don't know, the spirits or the fae folk or whatever. But again, things have sort of changed and adapted over time. But broadly, on this day, the Celts believed, quote, the veil between the living and the dead was especially thin, and that this allowed the spirits of the dead to visit the living. Some people also, I don't know if this is one of those things where it's like a chicken or the egg. I don't know if they were doing this anyway, or if they saw the Mexican Day of the Dead and were like, oh, that's smart. But some people do like altars for Samhain of like their family and photos, or they'll go to the graveyard where their family or friends or you know, loved ones who are gone are buried and sort of party around there. So there's certainly a lot of similarities with the Dia de los Muertos. But again, I'm not sure to what degree.
Yeah, where it originated.
They were like,
from.
well, this is what we believe, and I love the way you're doing it.
Right,
like,
right.
We're on the same page. Let's, you know.
It also could have. It's hard to say because I also know like Asian. There's a lot of Asian cultures that like have ancestor altars as well
Right.
in their practice. So it's
Right.
It's muddy. It's muddy. Like
And
you
it's,
said,
I mean,
not
it's
simple.
worth saying that, like, these are the ones that, like, again, like, the Wiccan tradition was like, we're gonna make a wheel of the year, and these are the holidays we're gonna fold in. But, like, a lot of these holidays, because they're based on the changing of the seasons, are replicated in a lot of, I mean, not replicated in that, like, they're copied over, but, like, there's versions of them in a lot of different cultures that were based around agriculture or, like, pastoral living and that kind of thing, because they were so attuned to the seasons, and it was, like, a big part of, like, it did matter if the harvest came in or not.
Right.
And-
I remember when we did the episode about Ostara, like there was egg painting kind of across the world. We were seeing it in ancient South America as well as Europe, like for different
Right.
reasons. But there was egg painting going on, you know, like, so there is that kind of like amazing, wonderful, weird, uncanny humanity thing of like, why is it that, you know, ancient humans were developing similar customs at similar times across the world without having supposed any access to each other, you know?
Yeah.
which-
Well, and it's synchronicity because it's also like human nature to. It's like on the one hand, it's cool that like we all kind of had the same thought like wherever we were, and on the other, it makes perfect sense because it's like it was like here's our immediate life. Of course, you're gonna start like an egg can turn into a chicken, and like that's incredible. How like you know if you don't have
Wow.
science, you're like oh whoa we did it. Or like you know like fertility was mysterious. Like what would cause things to like weather and all that could really have a big difference on like what kind of year you had, and
Yeah.
And also, like, if it got dark, you'd want to turn the lights on. So, of course, everybody's going to light a candle. Which, kind of brings us to, I feel like, one of the other things we wanted to talk about in this, which is that you don't have to do the Wheel of the Year to do something like this.
We all of this to say, don't do it if you don't want to.
Yeah, it's, these are, like, I mean, again, like, the 4 midpoints are all Celtic holidays. If that doesn't speak to you in any way,
right?
Do the one that lines up with where you are and like your actual harvest traditions or your personal like
beliefs,
cycles and beliefs and stuff. Like, and then what aligns with your world and your like, because some places have rainy seasons instead of any of this.
Right.
Like,
I also think it's a lot of pressure, and I think I speaking for me when. Like this is something that I'm still learning, but when you're a younger witch, when you're a novice, when you're new, and a lot of us in the Western world, in the Western like modern witch world, I think this is kind of our foray into witchcraft, is like this Wiccan neo-pagan. And so we're immediately kind of exposed to the Wheel of the Year, into Wicca, into neo-paganism, and we think that that's what you need to do. Oh, you need to celebrate the Wheel of the Year. You should know all these holidays. You should know these customs. And you should also celebrate all the cycles of the moon. You should also have a ritual ready and prepared for every new moon, every eclipse, every full moon. And it's a lot. This is this is 8 holidays, and then also every major moon cycle. Girl, you're going to be busy all the time.
Right, yeah. Like, it's good to get in touch with the world around you if like broadly witchcraft is something that you want to be interested in, but it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be perfect. Like, you don't have to, and if the traditions that you're looking at don't connect to you, don't fucking do them.
And that's like Emily and I said, like, yeah, exactly. These are also very Anglo-Saxon, these are very European, and they're mishmash anyway. They're not even authentic to the specific, they're pulled from a lot of different peoples and a lot of different customs. So it's not even like, even if you do have Scottish ancestry or Irish ancestry or Germanic ancestry, I mean, a lot of people nowadays are also a mix too, but like these are also a mix. But like for me, as also a Korean American, I'm like, okay, I was raised by an Irish father, and so some of these are great and resonate, and I'm also American, I'm Western, like I'm a Western woman, but like, I also want to celebrate the Lunar New Year. I also want to celebrate, the harvest festival that Koreans celebrate, Chuseok. Like, what are your cultural celebrations from your own ancestors? We've talked about that. So find what resonates with you, and also you can also do little things too. You don't have to do full out celebrations for all of them.
Right. It's like how it looks is up to you in terms of like how you celebrate and what you celebrate. That's the whole cool thing about getting into this world is like, you don't have to be, I mean, also if you connect with Wicca and you like it and you're into this, more power to you. I think it's great. It's like, it's a really great way to like get to know the cycle of the year and like the harvest festival and like get in touch with, if you are Celtic, your Celtic roots in some of these, although again, maybe do some reading, but
like we say this for, I think everything we've done is like, do your research, do your studying, be mindful when you practice, but if you're not being ordained and like entered into a specific sect of practice, and you're more of an eclectic practitioner like or solo practitioner like we are, the best part is you can pick and choose and just be respectful. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's Eurocentric, it's blah blah blah, we talked about that.
Do your thing, chicken wing.
And 8 is like a lot of celebrations to take all of them like really seriously.
It's a lot.
Like, we don't do it. We don't do like big parties for all 8 things. That'd be insane.
Because you also have to like live in as a modern person. You have to also like pay your bills and like make money and work and deal with your family and friends and like whatever else you're dealing with your life,
Right. Who may or may not be on board for this stuff, which can make it even harder.
Yeah. What if you're in the witch closet? How do you, but if you want to, there's also like little things, little ways, private, little, you don't have to do it all out. And also don't feel bad if you miss the full moon. I just want to say that. Don't feel bad if you miss the new moon. It's okay, guys.
Fine.
It's okay.
Yeah. If you happen to look up and you're like, oh shit, it's definitely the full moon right now. That's okay. Don't worry about
you
it.
also can just have a moment of like, ooh.
You can be like, oh, look, it's the full moon.
Hi, full moon. And that's a perfect way to honor the full moon, is just saying hi. You know, you don't even have to be outside for it. It's okay. It's all okay. You're doing great. You're all doing
great. Yeah, everybody's doing great. I was reading, I read like a Medium, just like think PC type thing someone wrote about why they were doing away with the Wheel of the Year in their practice. And it was just basically that like it didn't work for them. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, of course. You know, map it to your own personal shit. Like, of course you should be allowed to do that. The other thing I was going to say, totally in the other direction, is that like, also, if you want to, like, there are, you know, a lot of places now have, like, witch communities that would do parties, which means you don't have to do that much. You could just, like, show up with yourself, depending on what it is. And,
Love
you know,
that.
I mean, obviously, like, if you don't feel like you gel there, fine. But, like, you know, that might be a nice and easy way to do it, is, like, show up to something, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's great. I love being a joiner. So you don't always have to be the host.
We're so bad about, like, not bad, but we're naughty. But we're, like, we really do so much solo stuff.
Yeah.
We don't really talk about, like, but there are gatherings you can go to, which can make this a lot easier and more fun, too, I think.
Yeah, Emily...
If you want to get into the Wheel of the Year.
I feel like Emily and I are, like, weird loner types.
Yeah, we so are. I'm so, like, the kid sitting at the back of the class, like, hoping no one talks to them.
We're so
like, in my soul.
We're, like, weirdly introverted extroverts. We're ambiverts. Mm-hmm. No new friends.
That's why we get along.
Yeah. But there are, if you have a metaphysical store near you, guaranteed they probably have events that you can go join for, like, a small donation. If not
especially
free.
around the Wheel of the Year stuff, like the major holidays.
Also, if you have children and you do not ascribe to, like, mainstream religion, but you want to do some sort of fun, this is, like, a great way to, like, create new traditions with them. That's super fun. If you're looking for inspiration to, like, to do fun, like, holiday traditions with your kids. And then another thing I wanted to say is, if you play Sims 4...
we're back, baby!
If you play Sims 4 and you have the Seasons expansion pack, you can create your own holidays in The Sims. And that's what I do. Instead of making them, like, Western Christian holidays, I make them the Wheel of the Year holidays.
I love that.
And you can make your own traditions. So, like, my Sims celebrate Litha, and, like, to celebrate Litha, they have bonfires, they play with water, they garden, or, like, whatever, you know, so that helps you remember what these holidays are and makes your Sims a little witchy. Just saying, shout out to our friends Sat and Saturn, who also play Sims. It's the only other witch I know who plays Sims. Yes, I'm 36 and a loser, but proud of it, baby.
My perfect angel.
Anyway, yeah, do your thing. Shall we draw a card?
Yes, we're gonna do my moon power deck. Alright, I'm shuffling. Oh my. I got the 3 of Swords, which is a very violent looking card. I'm so sorry. Oh, I apologize for drawing this. Oh, that is... I have, like, my Moon Power Tarot, you'll see it on our Instagram, but has, like, just a lady who's been stabbed by 3 swords bleeding out from, like, an aerial thing.
Wait, show me again. Gosh, that's violent.
Yeah, it's pretty gory, imagery. To be honest. All right,
that's
3
a rough card to get.
of Swords. Heartbreak, grief, separation, rejection. Man, this sucks. I don't want this.
Pick another card. No, I'm just kidding.
What if I, okay, I'm going to ask the deck one more time, just in case. Just in case.
Well, why don't
like,
you, ask them for a clarification to our readers of, like, what can they take with this 3 of Swords? Because we are still going to accept the message, but, like,
we hear the message, just looking for a little clarification.
Yeah.
Ace of Swords.
Oh. So maybe you have been, maybe some of us, maybe there has been some setbacks. Maybe there's been some heartbreak. I mean, hey, look, the world has been through a lot right now, is going through a lot right
Ain't that the truth? Actually, yeah, that's like, if it's just catching the wave, I understand.
Yeah, so if you're feeling the heartbreak, if you're feeling disappointed, loss, you know, the Ace of Swords is a very, I think, optimistic, you know, card of the beginning,
it's like
new beginnings.
Call to adventure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Start
like,
again.
Okay, you're breaking through, and also things might be very bad.
Yeah, well, like, to me, my instinct as soon as you pulled the ace was like, okay, well, things might suck right now, but you need to kind of take that as a battle cry to then rally and move forward into either like a new direction or a new start, a rebirth, you know.
Right.
Like,
it might seem like things go bad, but it's also a call to action or adventure.
Yeah.
To the next thing.
Yeah. And swords are air and intellect and communication. And, you know, also about, I think, balancing the emotions
clarity.
with with your intellect, right? So maybe trying to not let, and I think the sword journey is such an interesting one. The swords cards are like some of my least favorite cards. But it's about like trying to find that balance between like, and also a lot of the suit cards are like, you're a prisoner of your own emotions, but it's a prison of your own making. So maybe trying to find that balance between thinking with your heart and your head and not being a prisoner of your own emotions and kind of using that mental strength and fortitude to move forward to a new start.
Yeah.
Is that too,
all right, well, sorry about that.
Wishy-washy, whitewashing this?
I loved that. I thought you did great. I think it's good to like, if you're hearing this and you're like, oh no, this is about me, take a second to think about it. You can mull over what these two cards mean together for you. And otherwise, look, we learned about the swords. We finally did it, Kate.
We did it. We know things.
Yeah, well, mostly you know things, and I said, yeah, it's good. Good thought.
I've been doing this practice where I pull a tarot card every day, and like, it's been helping me recollect all the things we did, all the things we learned, all the things she said.
All the things she said. I was going to say. Well, pals, thanks again for being here on another glorious Witchcast day.
We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed any bit of it, if this was helpful to you, please leave us a little review. Give us a little 5 stars.
What if you did, What if you did?
It really helps other people find us, and it means so much to us, and we might just screenshot it and post it on our social media.
Yeah, or if you want to keep it secret, that's okay too. We'll just blow you a little kiss in the DMs.
Yeah, we'll send good energy back your way. A little tit for tat.
Yeah, exactly.
A little good vibe energy exchange. A little karma.
Yeah, we'll give you 5 stars.
Yeah. With our hearts.
With our hearts and minds.
We appreciate it.
And, you can always find us on the internet at witchcastpodcast.com, or you can reach us on Instagram at witchcastpodcast. And, of course, you can always hit us up at witchcastpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
If you're so inclined.
Tell me how to pronounce candula or candula.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I like candula. It sounds more dramatic.
Yeah. Me too. And until next time,
Hex yeah!
'Cause it's Witchcast.